Hello everyone. Today we're going to continue our lesson with the topic of fraction, and we're going to continue this lesson with me, your teacher, and my name is Amirah. Before we begin, I would like to remind you, please set up your study space and be ready. Set up your study space that can at least avoid you being disrupted when you're having your learning session. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to name the fractions according to the diagram shows. You should be able to relate fractions 1 over 2, 1 over 4, and 3 over 4 with its term. Now, we're going to look at these fractions and we're going to name the fractions according to the diagram. Look at the diagram. We have one shaded region, or we can also say one colored region. One shaded region or one colored region. And we have two equal parts. The first part, color, white color, and the second part in blue color. So we have here two equal parts. I would like to remind you, if the diagram don't have equal parts, that is not a fraction. Fraction must contain equal parts. As shown here, we have two equal parts. I'm going to explain in bahasa. Untuk fraction, gambar tu mesti bahagian dia sama besar. Kalau dalam gambar tu bahagian dia ada yang kecil, ada yang besar, itu kita tak panggil dia fraction. Itu bukan fraction. Fraction mesti dipotong, satu benda tu dipotong ataupun dibahagikan dengan saiz yang sama, equal parts, bahagian yang sama. Alright. So just now we have one shaded region and we have two equal parts. So we're going to say the fraction for this diagram 1 over 2. I repeat, we're going to say 1 over 2 as we have one shaded region from two equal parts. So we're going to say 1 over 2. For 1 over 2, it has its own term, which is half. 1 over 2, it has one specific term, which we call it half. Untuk 1 over 2, dia ada nama lain, iaitu half. Jadi kena ingat sikit. 1 over 2, dia ada nama lain, half. Alright? For 1 over 2, it has other name or it has a term which is half. This is how the number going to be written. We write number 1, we do the line, and we write number 2. I'm going to show you the explanation. Number on the top is the number of shaded region, and we do the line will indicate over. And number 2, the bottom number, is actually the number of equal parts. If the diagram have two equal parts, we will write number 2 at the bottom. So number 1 is the number of shaded region. We do the line and we write number 2 as the whole picture have two equal parts. 1 over 2 or half. 1 over 2 or half. Next. Now, we have one shaded region. We have one shaded region and we have four equal parts. We have four equal parts. For the fraction, it will be called as 1 over 4. 1 over 4. For 1 over 4, it also has the specific term which we can call it quarter. 1 over 4 can also be called as quarter. 1 over 4, the other name for 1 over 4 is quarter. Nama lain untuk 1 over 4, quarter. Nama lain untuk 1 over 2, half. 1 over 2, half. 1 over 4, quarter. This is how we write the number. We write number 1 on the top, we do the line, and we write the number 4 at the bottom. I'm going to show you the explanation. Number 1 is the number of shaded region. As we have here one shaded region, so we will write number 1. And we do the line. The line is for the word over. 1 over and then 4. 4 is the number of equal parts in the picture. Kita ambil semua sekali equal part. Kadang-kadang ada murid dia tulis 1 over 3 sebab dia tolakkan yang colored region tu. Some of you write for this picture, some of you write 1 over 3. That is wrong. Okay. Number 1 is the number of shaded region. Number 4 is the number for all parts in a diagram. Okay. Nombor 4 tu adalah bahagian untuk semua bahagian. Kalau ada 4, tulis 4. Kalau ada 5, tulis 5 sebelah bawah tu. Right? I'm going to repeat. Number 1 is the number of shaded region and we do the line. Number 4 is the number of equal parts. As in the diagram here, we have 4 equal parts, so I write number 4 there. Next. Now look at the picture. We have 3 shaded region. We have 3 shaded region. And we have 4 equal parts. We have 4 equal parts. Can you guess what is the fraction for this one? Right, the fraction for this one will be 3 over 4. 3 over 4. Just now, for 1 over 2 is half, 1 over 4 is quarter. How about 3 over 4? For 3 over 4, it has a specific term which we call it 3/4. Right? The other name for 3 over 4 is 3/4. This is how we write the number. We write number 3 on the bottom, number 3 on the top, and we do the line, and we write number 4 at the bottom. This is the explanation. Number 3 is the number of shaded region. And we draw the line, and we write number 4, number of equal parts. This will sum out. We can also call this diagram or this fraction as 3 over 4. You can also call this one as 3/4. Boleh panggil 3 over 4 or 3/4. Okay? Right, next. Now we have one shaded region. We have one shaded region. And we have 3 equal parts. We have 3 equal parts. And the fraction will be 1 over 3. 1 over 3. This is how we write the number. We write number 1 on the top, we draw the line, and we write number 3 at the bottom. This is the explanation. Number 1 is the number of shaded region, and we draw the line, and number 3 is the number of the equal parts. So 1 over 3. For 1 over 3, we don't have other names. Okay? The fraction that contain other name is only 1 over 2, which is half, 1 over 4, which is quarter, 3 over 4, which is 3/4. For 1 over 3, or other than that, we don't have any other names. Only 3 fraction has its own terms. I repeat, 1 over 2, half, 1 over 4, quarter, 3 over 4, 3/4. For 1 over 3, we don't have any other name. So now look at the picture here. We have 2 shaded regions. two shaded region, and we have three equal parts. We have three equal parts. So for the fraction, we will call it 2 over 3. 2 over 3 for the fraction. And the number will be written number 2 on the top, we draw the line, and number 3 at the bottom. This is the explanation. Number 2 is the number of shaded region, and then we draw the line. Number 3 is the number of equal parts. We have 3 equal parts, so we write 3 at the bottom. 2 over 3. 2 over 3. For 2 over 3 also don't have any other names. We don't have any other names. So a bit reminder for you. You need to memorize that 1 over 2 is half, 1 over 4 is quarter, 3 over 4 is 3/4. You can always rewind this video for your understanding and for your memorize. Alright, that's all for today. So for today's task, you need to use your Mathematics Workbook Part 2. Do all questions on page 3, 4 and 5. Please write day and date on the top of page 3 only. Please write day and date on page 3 only. Reminders: please refer to your Google Classroom for further instructions and for today's additional tasks. Please refer to your Google Classroom for further instructions and for today's additional tasks. Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for joining today's class. I'm going to see you next time. Goodbye.